Okay, are we live?
We're live.
Again. Okay, take two. Action.
Welcome back, Quarantinis.
Welcome back, Quarantinis, and sorry for already pissing you off this morning by whatever the heck just happened with our internet. That was super we did not do that on purpose.
Yeah, if you missed that and you're watching this later or something, we had technical problems, and for whatever reason, the internet on my phone was running super slowly, so I had to restart the modem, restart my computer, forget the network, and tried a whole bunch of things, and now we're finally back to fiber optic speeds. Welcome back, everyone. I see some familiar names here.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for your patience. Seriously, big apologies for that. Obviously, we never intend to have internet problems, but they just seem to find us anyway.
Could I get started with them while you update the link on Facebook, because it's going to have a new video link?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'm just going to answer some questions here while Maddie fixes the link on Facebook, and then we'll get into the video. I have to mention though, we got a super chat from Jerry Wade right before we lost internet, and we didn't get a chance to say anything, so thank you very much. And I see a super sticker here from Jody. Thank you, Jody.
Is that like a giggling egg? That's so funny.
I think it's a lemon. Giggling lemon.
Oh, hey, that's
when life gives you lemons.
That's one on our list. Something that unexpectedly pissed people off.
I don't like that phrase, when life gives you lemons, because I love lemons. Lemons are delicious.
I know, there's so much you can do with lemons.
You can add lemon juice to any food and it makes it so much better. I learned that trick from this lady.
Health benefits too? Let's just talk about lemons today.
My enemy says, how much did you learn about vlogging before you started? Absolutely nothing.
Zero. Completely 100% nothing.
Nothing at all. Miguel says, Izzy ISP is the one failing. So we have Telmex fiber optic, and I just did a speed test on my phone after going through some technical issues, and I had like almost 100 download and a ton upload as well. So we should be good on speeds unless something happens.
Please don't happen. Please, nothing happen. So how are you guys doing? We're still maintaining our quarantine. Yesterday marked the yesterday was a 3-week mark that we've been staying in isolation, voluntary self-quarantine. The only time we go out is for absolute necessities. Of course, we're still taking sleepy little Alaska right now. She's
We'll turn her around.
She's sleeping like a little angel.
Hi, Alaska.
We take her out once a day, and we stay away from everyone. We take all the back roads, so we're not coming into contact with anyone except, like yesterday, was a monkey. That was, if you haven't seen it yet, we did a live video when we saw that monkey, and
that was on Facebook.
On Facebook. It damn near attacked us and was going after
It was crazy, guys. Raymond, thank you for the super chat. He says, buy some cheese for the mouse that keeps your ISP running. That's funny. Okay, I saw another comment up here that I want to address. I just need to find it. Michael Fitzerland says, cool that I'm starting a barbecue Mazza meatloaf. Would you come help me promote? Plus, I could show you around. You did not see much when you shot here. So all of our travel plans are on hold right now, but I can tell you that we loved Mazza meatloaf.
Even the little bit of it that we saw was amazing.
It was
totally go back there.
It was just a day trip that we took from Guadalajara, but beautiful, beautiful town. Would gladly go back.
So yes, thank you for the offer, and maybe we can take you up on that. You know, do a little swap there, get some delicious food, and tell some people about it. Say hi to Matthew's here. Hi, Matthew! Say hi to Matthew. You guys, he makes great Vegas vlogs. If you're looking
for I'm fancy. I'm a mod.
Matthew makes great Vegas vlogs. If you're looking for some Vegas content right now, even though the strip is closed, he still has a backlog of videos. You should check out his channel and subscribe, of course.
Shawn asked, did you start the 11 things that pisses people off? No, we were just going to shoot the shit for a few minutes and let people get on.
Considering
Sorry, can I say that?
The whole live video sort of went kaput on the other link that we had. So again, sorry about that, but this should hopefully be better. I'm going to not even mention what type of internet we have because I think it was like, oh, you think you have fast internet? Well, let's see about that.
Andrea or Andrea, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it.
Thank you. So do you think we should start, or do you guys want to chit chat a little bit more? Because I'm thinking we should get into it. And after we say each one of these things, which are all like, they should be, it's a funny list of things that we did on YouTube that unexpectedly pissed people off. Because there's things that could obviously piss people off, which we're not going to get into those. So if you think like, oh, what you talked about in the last stream, that definitely did, you're right. But that's not unexpected. Like, you would expect if you talk about hot button issues that it's going to rile some people up. We don't intentionally do that very often at all. But this list, it should give you guys a laugh. And after each thing that we mention, we're going to pause to chat with you guys a little bit about it and hear your thoughts. So, I think we should start.
I see that in a moment. I see that 2 travelers in Mexico is our members. Thank you for joining us as members. Your name is now in green, and you'll get a little badge next to your name as well that's currently in green, but as you're a member for a month or 2 months, then you get fancier colors.
But we're not going to delay anymore because Lonnie Mo says, number 1, waiting too long to start the 11. Mary says start. Carrie says go. So here we go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, first one on the list. We had a backlog of videos when we first started traveling in Mexico because we had waited to post them. I had no experience editing, so it took a while to get them up on our channel and post what we had already created after a couple weeks of traveling.
Yeah, before we posted a single video, we had already filmed 15 or 20. So there's one particular mistake, a major mistake that we made in every single one of those videos.
Major though, major, it's not a major mistake, but it did irritate some people. So there are these things in Mexico. They're usually unmarked speed bumps that are varying degrees of size and steepness and all that. They're called topes. That's the word for them.
It's spelled T-O-P-E-S.
T-O-P-E-S, yes. We'd never heard the word spoken aloud. We had heard it in Facebook groups.
Or we've seen it in Facebook.
We've seen it.
Seen it written.
So for about 10 to 15 videos, we were calling them topes. Oh, gotta watch out for the topes. Look out for the topes coming up, because in English, that's how you would probably pronounce it. You wouldn't pronounce the E like toupe, tope. You would pronounce it topes.
Oh my gosh, that was making people so, maybe not mad, but it was...
I mean, I think it was just like a pet peeve. And then we kept doing it because we had this backlog of videos, so people would be like, seriously, stop saying topes. It's pronounced topes, topes, topes. It was like...
Maya and me says, pronounce like dopes, LOL.
So we didn't do that on purpose. We're just, when we started out, we were such dumb gringos in so many ways, just fumbling our way around the culture and the language and still learning all these things, but so that's number 1. This list, by the way, it doesn't go in order of like less to most severe or anything. It's just a list.
CEO Mop, we got a super chat, $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Take care and be.
Don't you swipe? Don't click. Jordan, not this again.
Love your videos. Thank you. And your name, CEO Mop, totally brings me back to our Mazatlan video. Do you remember that?
So in the very beginning, we were like, we need to give ourselves titles. Like imagine this: Tangerine Travels, the business. This is before we were anything. We probably had like 4 subscribers at that time. We're like, Tangerine Travels, the business. Okay, my title, I think I'm gonna be the master of puns, the mop. So CEO Mop, co-CEO. Did you have a title?
I forget, but I remember you being the Mop.
Maya and me said people probably thought you were ignoring their advice, talking about topes or topes. Yeah, absolutely, because it wasn't really clear that we weren't posting them right after we created them, but there was that backlog, so.
Vanessa, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate that.
Pedro says, people got mad over this? You just wait. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, it gets good.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, it's CEO Meadow Oaks Pictures.
Meadow Oaks Pictures. Okay. Good, because you can't be the master of puns. That's my title. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's go into the next one. This is from the video that we titled The Dangerous Streets of Puerto Vallarta. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go for it. I feel like this one would be better showing the video, but you guys can let us know what you think.
Okay, so basically what happened is we arrived at...
Will you
This
hold?
is getting really close to my face. We arrived to Puerto Vallarta, and to get to our Airbnb, we had to go up some pretty steep hills. Like, to me, it seemed like almost vertical, almost going up and down. And we did this at night, so it was really intimidating. And I have this like semi-recurrent nightmare that I'm gonna be driving up a really steep hill or walking or running or something, and I just can't get grip and I'm losing traction and then just keep sliding down. So it was like my nightmare, living my nightmare. So we're telling the story about how it was really scary, these steep, dangerous streets of Puerto Vallarta. As the camera's rolling, behind, like on the road, comes this motorcycle zooming up the road as fast as he could go.
Do you guys want to see the clip? Let us know. It's just like 20 seconds long or something.
Stop doing that, Jordan. Swipe, don't press.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, so here's what happened. We're standing there recanting the story, and we'll just show you the clip. Sorry, it's gonna be kind of ghetto because I don't know how to add a video in here.
Francisco, another place which I would not like to drive. So we are just about at the bottom of this long, scary hill, and I'll show you what this looks like. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
This is real life.
So anyway, what happened was, as I'm telling this about how scared I was to go up this hill, a motorcycle pops a wheelie and goes up the entire steep hill. It was like, what timing that had to happen.
But this made so many people mad because we titled the video "The Scary Streets of Puerto Vallarta" or something
The
like that.
dangerous streets. Because
Okay.
it was a joke. Like, if you watched the video, you would clearly tell that I was scared of driving up these hills, but clearly they're not dangerous for most people, or some people. It's gonna pop a wheelie on a motorcycle and go up the whole thing on one wheel.
And what'd you say after that? Or maybe I'm just a pansy who doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a pansy who doesn't know how to drive up a hill with my car.
This guy's just gonna
Oh
pop
no.
really.
Okay,
Okay.
settle down.
So that was that one. But in that case, we looked at it as a joke because, like I said, if you watched the video, you would tell that we weren't actually saying the streets were dangerous in Mexico or the streets were dangerous in Puerto Vallarta. It was just a big joke. And every time we watched that, we were just rolling laughing because it was so funny.
Thank you for the super chat, Scott. A $15 super chat from Scott and Angel, or Angel, depending on how you pronounce it, in Orlando. And Nestle says hi to Alaska. Alaska, say hi.
Alaska's so tired.
Aw.
She just sleeps all the day long. Wiru Senpai says sarcasm doesn't translate, I guess. That might be it. I don't know. Maybe... Because in this case, it wasn't like we were trying to be clickbait with the title, but we thought it would just be funny once you clicked on it to see what actually happened. But people, I guess they just didn't watch it or they didn't get to the end. And it's not a long video either. It's like, I don't know. It's a minute and 52 seconds. So we thought that video was going to go viral for sure. It did not. But it did piss some people off, and we didn't expect that. Okay, so maybe we should go on to the next one, unless you had something.
I see the new Travels in the house.
Dan is in the house. What's up, Dan? How are you? Saw your most recent video. Really cool to open up like that and, you know, be super raw about the situation. Everybody's handling this differently and everybody's processing it differently, and it's just, there's so many unknowns. It's easy to get overwhelmed by it all. So, you know, props to you for putting it out there. That could not have been an easy video to make.
Yeah, you mentioned having trouble sleeping, and I had a couple nights of that as well, so I'm not immune either.
Yeah. So, and thank you for joining us. Happy to see you here. Hope you are doing well. Alex says, you need to apologize to Canadians about your remarks on your last live stream. I don't actually know what this is referring to unless it's talking about the Prime Minister who told all Canadians to come home. And I said, in my head, I imagined it being like a parent being like, okay, kids, come home. And then they all did. All the Canadians left and went back to Canada.
But I'm not sorry for that comment, because I think it's just a joke.
It's totally totally a joke. These are like everything on this list, you guys. It's things that we're not intending to rile people up in any way, but then it did, and it was so like WTF that people would get irritated at some of these things or pissed off. So it's like.
Debbie asks, how does one do a super chat? So this is a question we've been getting on every stream that we've done. This is our third Sunday in a row doing it at the same time. But if you click that money symbol right below the chat box, then you'll have three options. One's a super chat, which will highlight your comment, and then another is a super sticker where you can send an animated GIF, and another is like join or become a member or something like that. I don't know the exact verbiage. And that is a recurring monthly thing that highlights your name in green and gives you a badge next to your name, depending on how long you've been a member.
Yeah, part of the Tangerine Tribe. Lisa says people are such snowflakes. Tony says Trudeau's a joke. We actually got a lot of comments like that on the video itself. I don't know really anything about the president, or well, prime minister of Canada, or I didn't know how anybody felt about him before that, and apparently it's like most presidents.
I mean,
you've got some haters, like that's just how it is.
Anytime you mention anything about politics, you're going to make about half the people mad, I think.
Yeah. Mine and me says, sure, it would be nice if people wouldn't get political in the comments. Yeah, we're just going to cut that off right there, because it was totally, in the first place, it was all a joke.
Thank you, Tamara, for the super chat, and there was another one. The Spanish Gringo for the super thumbs up sticker.
Okay, let's do the next one. The next thing that pissed people off that we did not expect was we were in Ahihik, and we were doing more vlog style videos back then, and a couple a week, maybe like 2 to 4 videos a week.
Hold up.
So
a $50 super chat, Ron.
Whoa, we've got a high roller.
That is our biggest ever. Thank you so much.
Yes,
that's awesome.
It's the biggest
oh my
super
gosh.
chat we've ever gotten. Thank you so much. Wow. I lost my train of thought now.
We were not making
yes,
a few
okay.
vlogs a week.
Many vlogs. So in one of them, we were showing making breakfast. I made like eggs and potatoes, and then to display the food, or while displaying the food, we had the camera on, and I put tahini on top of the eggs. Tahini is a spice, if you're not familiar with it. It's like, tastes very citrusy, like lime, and it's got peppers and salt in it. I love tahini. I will put that on everything, like popcorn, cucumbers, freaking everything, and I think it tastes delicious on just about everything. But apparently that is a mega sin to some people, and we got so many comments like, how dare you put tahini on eggs?
You heathen.
What do you do? Tahini on eggs? And to me, I didn't get that at all, because it's peppers, salt, and lime, something that basically every Mexican puts on everything, including breakfast recipes like, I don't know, huevos mexicanos. That's got tomatoes, onions, peppers, lime. Like, it's basically the same thing. But
I could not believe how many people freaked out over tahini on eggs.
yeah,
When it's delicious.
Alex
You try it.
says, yep, we put it on everything. Do you put it on eggs, though? Because it seems like the line is drawn in the sand when it comes to eggs. Put it on everything, but don't you dare put it on those huevos. Lou says, geez, people need to chill. Yeah, a little bit. Robin asks, how do you spell that? It sounds delish.
Tajin.
And I'm pretty sure you can get it at Costco, like, even in the U.S. It's all over the U.S. as far as I know. Like, it's not a rare spice, but yeah, it's super good. You guys should definitely try it.
And thank you, Hugo, for the super sticker. Hugo, Hugo, is that how you pronounce that name in Spanish? Or is the H silent? Hugo.
Or Hugo?
I don't know.
I have such problems with the H sound in Spanish.
Me too.
It's a real flaw of mine.
But thank you. And we got a new member, Ned. Thank you very much. And
Ooh, thank you.
Debbie, thank you for the super chat. Enjoy you both, and Laska so much. Thanks,
Laska
really appreciate that.
is still sleeping. If you click that, I swear to goodness. Swipe, don't click. Hey, she's still sleeping over there. A little angel.
So maybe before the end of this, she'll want to come play.
Cindy says, we put it on eggs. Techno Mike says, I just freaked out about the, oh shoot,
The tahini thing.
The tahini on eggs. Like, I don't really understand.
Love it in beer.
Love it in beer.
John Cochran says.
Alpha Guy, Alapaha Guy says tahini is in most markets in the U.S. Yeah, at least in like, there's plenty of Mexican markets in in various cities across the U.S. Phoenix, LA, all those places. So if you can't find it in a store, you can probably find it there. Ronka says H is silent. Someone else, H is silent. Okay.
Oh, and then someone said Ugo with 2 O's.
Ugo. Okay, perfect. That's how I need to think about it in my head. Just all O's, basically. Wesley says tahini on popcorn is bomb. Totally. I just love tahini. It's like, it almost goes good with everything, like down to eggs and stuff too.
Something we had never tried before coming to Mexico was putting hot sauce on popcorn. We thought it was so weird. Like, we knew people did it, and before we tried it, we were like,
that's weird.
that is so weird.
Yeah.
But after we tried it, it was never eating hot sauce, or never eating popcorn again without hot sauce.
Yeah, until the point where I was like putting too much on mine. I was getting stomach aches every time. Cowboy Macy says, not on eggs, but on fruit, definitely. See? But why not eggs? That's what I need to understand. I don't understand that.
And tahini on mango is awesome.
Oh yeah, on mango? Becky says you can find tahini on Amazon. Oh yeah, when all else fails, Amazon. Right now, we should not be leaving the house anyway, so use that Prime or Amazon Fresh and get it delivered right to your door. Should we do the next one?
One moment. Swipe, don't press, she says. Sergeant Frank and Elaine Raymond, thank you for the super chat. And Steven, thank you, a $20 super chat. He says, please use apologies sparingly. I like to use apologies only when I mean them. So that's my policy on it.
Yeah. Your policy?
My apology.
A policy?
Cheap Hooch. Super sticker, thank you. Little pear guy.
I think these pears are so cute and funny.
Super stickers are the best.
My phone asks, do you guys ever worry about going to the grocery store during all of this? Totally. We worry about going everywhere, and I don't want to go anywhere. If we have to go somewhere, we have masks that we wear for our protection and the protection of other people. At this point, since it's been 3 weeks, it is pretty darn likely that we don't have coronavirus or that we didn't pick it up while we were in Vegas or the US. What are you laughing at?
This comment, Julia L says, I missed something, LOL. Swipe, don't click, what, LOL? So that's from our previous live streams on the past 2 Sundays. I was controlling the comments on my phone here.
This live video is coming out of Jordan's phone right now. And go ahead.
And I was having lots of trouble with them, and I was screwing things up all the time. And Maddie was always like, swipe, don't click.
Because every time you click, it pops up a menu, and then the comment is gone. So you have to swipe it up to see it. Swipe it up. Swipe it up. Say it with me now. Swipe it up.
As for us being nervous to go places, there's some delivery services in town that we'll probably just start using those from now on whenever we can.
Because people, I mean, it's sad. Basically, everybody in this region is out of work because it's so highly tourism based that now that tourism is gone, nobody's traveling, like their jobs are just gone. So people are getting creative and trying to make money any way they can, which is totally the Mexican way. And I love seeing that, and I hope people can make it through this time with that. Now what are you laughing about?
I was just still laughing at the swipe, don't click.
Frank says, Mr. Clicker, LOL. Yeah, Mr. Clicker.
Oh my gosh. What's the next one on the list?
The next one, this is yours. You wanted to do that one.
Okay. Another
It's already funny.
Another one, back when we were living in Ajijic. This was our video, The Ugly Side of Ajijic or something like that. And at the very end, we run into this Chick-fil-A cow, this black and white cow that looks just like the one from Chick-fil-A. And it was so random because we're walking towards the lake, and then suddenly out of where we couldn't see it before, it just suddenly walks into the opening. And
just a freaking cow, like a random freaking cow, just walks almost like it came out from the lake or something.
I'm like, eat more chicken. And then you're like, there's a freaking Chick-fil-A cow. And then that made someone so mad that they're like, remove that part from the video, otherwise I'm unsubscribing. So this isn't one that made a lot of people mad, but
one person in particular. The rest on this list, it's like many people.
Uh-huh.
Whatever it is, many people left comments and stuff. But this one, he was like, really, if you don't delete this right this second, I'm unsubscribing. I was like,
Okay, bye.
I don't know, but it's funny. Hey, more chicken. And we didn't even come up with that. That's not our slogan. Anyway.
Doug says, "Holy Holstein." And I think that references it's a Holstein cow.
I don't know
Maybe.
anything. I don't know any reference about that. Thank you, Sergeant Frank Rock, for the super chat.
Oh, we have a comment here. Try getting a Wi-Fi booster and connect to that instead of connecting directly to the Wi-Fi source. It might help smooth out your signal.
Oh.
I had no idea that it could help do that. But thank you. I appreciate that.
And then Sergeant Frank Rock's comment, I believe I am actually very confused by this comment, so maybe you can leave us another comment. I believe one to who the dollar system on their YouTube viewing page.
Symbol on their YouTube viewing page has to in user settings. So he's saying in order to use the super chat,
okay.
you have to enable quick purchases in your user settings. Thank you for that.
Maggie says you need to put that on merch. I don't know what that's referring to. Put what on merch? Eat more chicken? Or tahini? Oh, what if it's that? It's a plate with eggs on it, and there's a tahini bottle sprinkling on the eggs, and just nothing else. Hashtag Tangerine Travels.
Schmoops Adventures says, "Thank you for the super chat, by the way. $9.99 super chat. Please, if you wear the mask, treat them like they have the virus on them. Read about cross-contamination and wicking. Most people are doing more harm than good with masks and gloves." Yeah, we've been very careful to put them, never touch the insides of them, and then to let them dry out for a long enough period of time that will kill all the viruses. They say if you do that for 4 days, you're going to be totally good before you use it again. But thank you for that advice.
Ned asks, are we in Guadalajara now? No, we are in our apartment in Puerto Morelos. In Quintana Roo is the state where this is a small town in between Cancun and Playa del Carmen. And we will be here, staying here month to month as long as this whole thing lasts, and nobody knows. We don't know either.
I was going to say something and I forgot.
Let's go on to the next one then. Oh, this is like one of our favorite things that ever happened. Like one of the things that piss people off that is just so funny and so ridiculous. This should be number one on this list, but we're going to tell you now anyway. And again, please excuse the ghetto-ness. We're going to show you a little clip of this video so that you know what we're talking about. And we don't know how to put that like on the screen, just the video itself. So
Because we're using our phone.
We're using the phone. So do you have that queued up?
Yes, I believe I do. Okay.
And
Will you
then-
hold this for a moment, please?
In the meantime, let's see. Thank you to Ugo Frick. Sorry. Hello from Switzerland. We learned a lot from your adventures and videos. We are also passionate about Mexico and the idea of living there. Our tequila dog sends her regards to Alaska. Thanks a lot for all of your work. Keep it up. Oh my gosh, your dog's name is Tequila. That's so cute. What type of dog is it? It's probably cute. Like the name.
This is the fake business idea, right?
Okay, yes. So this is the fake business idea that made everyone freak out.
Yeah, so this was totally a joke, 100% a joke, but so many people took it as thinking that we were serious.
We'll explain it afterwards. So we're going to show you this clip, and you can be the judge of whether it comes across as a clear-cut joke or not, because...
And keep in mind, right when we made this video, I mentioned the business Movie Pass in here. And Movie Pass had just gone bankrupt or was in serious financial trouble.
So Movie Pass, basically you paid for like a subscription, $9.99 a month or something, and you could go to movie theaters and watch unlimited movies. Everybody from the beginning thought that business was going to fail because how can you possibly offer unlimited movies? And there were ways that you could like game the system basically to get loyalty points in theaters, reward programs and stuff. So, but they're totally toast now. So we made a reference to that, but I think we should just let them watch it.
Okay, here we go. The name of the video is The Fake Business Idea That Made Everyone Freak Out. We later changed the name of the video
Because of this being in it.
Okay, where's my cursor? right here.
I had this idea. Let me know what you guys think. So the idea, million peso idea, is that we would drive around in my very dirty but trusty Tangerine car here with tangerines that we would be selling, and then we would have our good friend Emma, who has the most awesome radio personality voice, say on the loudspeaker,
¡Wow! Lleve sus mandarinas a 5 pesos la bolsa. 5 pesos le cuesta, 5 pesos le vale. Llévela para el jugo, para el refrigerio, para la comida. Llévela. Mandarina, 5 pesos la bolsa. ¡Oh!
and we'd be selling tangerines.
We're thinking of taking like the movie pass business model, buying them for 6 pesos, selling them for 5 pesos.
Making it up on volume. Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Okay, so that's it. That's the video. The idea, of course, was that we would buy them for 6 pesos and sell them for 5 pesos, taking a loss of 1 peso
And making it up on volume.
per transaction, making it up on volume, which is impossible. But we had people saying things like, "How dare you? You're taking away jobs from the locals. I'm going to report you to immigration.
Are you prepared to pay taxes to the Mexican and to the U.S. government?
Do you have a work permit? Are you able to work legally in Mexico?" People freaked the hell out. And we just thought, like, from the beginning, we thought how funny this would be to have our friend Emma do the loudspeaker thing. Like, in Mexico, you have cars driving around all the time selling things like bread or fruit or whatever it is. So we would have him do this really awesome recording. And I don't know if you heard this, but Laska started and ended that recording by going, "Hello!" And we were going to be selling tangerines out of our tangerine-colored car. Well, I don't know what you guys think, but I thought it was hilarious.
That is definitely in my top 5 favorite clips we've had in any one of our 270 videos, for sure. But we got a huge super chat that we didn't say anything about from Ugo.
No, I did. I said.
Oh, you did?
I read this, and thank you. Thank you once again, Ugo.
Okay.
Ugo?
Yes.
I do it again. Alapaha guy says, "LOL, great business model." We would become millionaires in no time. Millionaires of debt.
You said million peso idea in the
Million
video.
peso idea, yeah.
Alice, para una bolsa, por favor. Thank you for the super chat. That's funny.
Yes, Sarah S says, "Yes, Emma's voice is dreamy. It is. He is such a cool. It's so different than a voice like that, but it just sounds so cool, and he should totally be like movie phone for Mexico or something."
Oh my gosh.
The Two Travelers in Mexico says, "I thought it was funny."
And thank you, Two Travelers Mexico, for becoming a member. If you don't know their channel, it's a pretty new channel. They retired to Morelia, and they're making some videos there.
Yeah, so go check them out.
Timeless Travel Club, thank you for the super chat, $20 super chat. How many tangerines will this buy me?
Unlimited. How about that? Because I'm sure we'll just make it up on volume eventually anyway. Another great channel you guys should check out if you're looking for more videos about Mexico. Andy puts on, his channel is called Timeless Travel Club, so another one that you should check out and subscribe. Oh, I lost one. G says, "How can I place an order for 10,000 tangerines and have them delivered to US, or delivered to us here in Toronto?" Ooh.
We're selling them out of our car. I'm sorry.
So I'll have to let you know. I'll have to look up how many hours that'll be, but I don't know. What do you think about like $5? $10. $10. Make it $10 Canadian. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Maggie says, "You guys should do another video responding to hate comments. That one was epic." I think those videos can be funny, but it's like, on the one hand, yeah. So on the one hand, I think they can be funny, but then on the other, we have to actually record these mean comments, and sometimes they actually really get to me. So the best thing to do is just try to forget about it immediately, because that's like misery loves company, and they just want to bring you down to their level of unhappiness. So we just delete them a lot of times, just so we don't have to look at them again. Because some people, they're so mean, like actually legit mean, and I don't know why people have to like project that onto other people, but
We got some comments on that video saying, you should do a video on super nice comments that you get. And I was like, yes, I love that idea. So.
thank you for the super chat, Spanish Gringo. How dare you two threaten to take jobs by selling tangerines at a loss? I know. What were we thinking? But that one still makes us laugh. Even we'll just watch that sometimes just to listen to the recording and stuff. And I thought it was funny. I think sometimes we think we're funnier than we actually are.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one. Do you want to do this one?
Will you do that one?
Okay, the next one is the difference between a lime and a lemon. This one came up when we were in Guadalajara, I believe, and we had met up with a friend, and she was like, oh, they put lemon on here, or she said, I forget how it went actually, but this whole discussion opened up about what is a lemon and what is a lime, because we were taught at first that lima is lime and limon is lemon, right? Was that how it was?
Yes.
So, but then when we came to Mexico, lima we found out is a totally different fruit that I'm still to this day not sure exactly what it is or what it looks like or how to identify one. You call a lime lima in Spain, I believe. But anyway, this whole discussion opened up and people were like, no, it's limon real is lemon, or limon amarillo, and no, lemon is lime, and this, that, and people were going back and forth.
But people went crazy when we said that a lemon was a limon. Or no, that we called the little green thing a lime. And people said...
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes,
it was
yes,
the
yes,
difference
it was that.
between English and Spanish, and the fruit lima, the lima fruit, I don't really think that exists in the U.S. or in English. I think there's a lack of word for that. So that it just opened up this whole can of worms, and I was just so comical that people were getting so riled up over a lime or a lemon. It was like, I don't, what have we done here?
We weren't very clear on this one. We should have rehearsed this before.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what the whole thing was, but I do remember it was just this whole, don't you click, Jordan, you clicked again. Oh, Jordan.
JK Daily Life, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, dinner on me next time you're in Phoenix.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Are we getting some tacos? Oh, you clicked again? Why? What's clicking? Travis Molly says, what nationality are you both? I'm from the nation of the United States of America. We're both, actually. But if you mean ethnicity or like, where's our heritage kind of deal, I'm 25% Mexican and 75% I don't know what else. And you?
I'm 25% German, 25% Norwegian. Or wait, no. I think I'm 50% German, 25% Norwegian, and a quarter I don't know. One of my parents was adopted, and it was a closed adoption, and it took a long time to get any information about that. So it was hard to figure out where I came from.
So Oscar says, I have a lima tree in my backyard. They're super yummy. It's like a sweet lemon that you can eat like an orange. Very refreshing. So how can you tell? Like, because I think they're green on the outside, if I remember, but they're like bigger. So they almost look like an unripe orange. But that's why I can never tell, because there are oranges that are unripe that probably look like that. So I'm still confused about that to this day. I couldn't identify a lima if my life depended on it.
But I have heard there's something called lima soup that's good.
Nathan says, no lemon in Spanish, hee hee. Yeah, so that's another thing. Lemons, the yellow ones.
What we know as lemons in the U.S., the bigger yellow fruit.
They are extremely uncommon in Mexico. The only place that we can typically find them is like Costco, and they're imported.
Yeah, Costco. But this Chedraui, the grocery store here, the one on the tourist side in Puerto Morelos, has them. But
it's like a much nicer, fancier grocery store.
But it's only in places where you have a lot of foreigners that they carry them.
And so, but I've gotten to like limes these days. I mean, that's our option, limes. So you kind of learn to love them.
Neil asks, Sorry I'm late. How much have I missed? Well, you missed us having giant technical problems in the beginning, and we had to restart
We're
the
not going to talk
stream.
about that. No, don't.
But
They've
now
probably
we're good.
forgotten by now. Karikati, I don't know if I said that right. I'm a Mexican living in the USA and always had the same questions about lime and limones, still get confused. I'm pretty sure the thing is, it's that Lima doesn't have a word in English, and then it confuses the whole thing, and then lemons they don't really exist in Mexico. But I think we've beat this one to a pulp. So maybe we should move on.
That was a good one. All right, want to go on to the next one? What's
Yes.
next?
Okay. Oh, Oscar says, LOL, okay, literally putting on my chanclas to go pull a lima from the backyard at this very moment. Thank you for making the sacrifice. Are you gonna...
Where's your backyard? Where is it? Where is this growing? What city? What state?
Yeah, but maybe you can like tweet us a picture and we'll repost it or something. Okay, next one is actually a pretty common topic these days with all the coronavirus and quarantine things.
What one is this?
Toilet paper!
Oh my god.
In the video, things that no one warned us about in Mexico, we had never been told about whether to flush or to toss the toilet paper. Clogged up a few toilets before figuring this one out. Well, still I don't think we figured it out to this day because it varies, and we found that out after we said it seems like the best thing to do because the pipes are small or the septic system is different or whatever, is to throw the toilet paper away after you're done using it in the wastebasket that's next to the toilet.
But when we said you're supposed to throw the toilet paper away, that created this giant debate on our channel, and half of Mexicans were like, no, never throw toilet paper away, that's disgusting, you should always flush it. And then the other half were like, you should always throw it away, it will clog the system. And
I mean, it was completely divided, and we were saying it seems like it's different depending on the city in Mexico, but people were so polarized and saying, no, you have to throw it in the toilet. That is disgusting, it's unsanitary, it smells. Yes, it does. And then other people were like, no, you have to throw it away because you'll ruin everything, you'll flood your house with sewage, blah, blah. Like, and to this day, people are still going on about it in the comments of that video. Like, it's still a debate. Anytime we bring it up, it just reignites the whole debate all over again.
Randy, thank you for the super chat. He says, isn't the Tangerine Mobile a lemon? I'm joking. Don't get pissed.
It's a mandarina, how dare you?
Or I could read that as the Tangerine Mobile, as in the phone that we're recording this on. And in this case, yes, it would be a lemon because
for screwing with our live
it
video this morning.
failed us. And Randy, thank you for the super chat. He says, keep up the good
another
work.
Randy. Different Randy.
Come and visit Querétaro. My wife and I moved here 5 months ago from Seattle with our dog. So, like us, a couple with a dog. And we still really haven't been to the state of Querétaro at all. On one drive we made, we drove briefly through the corner of a state. So I guess technically we can say we've been to Querétaro, but I'm just going to say that we haven't.
But I want to. I've seen almost nothing but good things about it and the nature that's there and the history and everything. So it's one of those places that's sort of evaded us, but not really on purpose. We just haven't made it. Mexico is so big. There's so many places we want to go. So Gilberto says, flush, please. Here we go again.
We've reignited it.
Neil says, no toilet paper in Germany. Or in German? Do you mean there's no word for toilet paper? Or there is
Or there's no toilet paper
Are there
because everyone has a bidet?
bidets?
Is that what you're saying?
That's what the world needs right now, so people can stop freaking out over not being able to buy enough toilet paper right now. That's another topic that I just don't get, is that whole toilet paper hoarding thing.
Susana Carida, thank you for the super chat. She says, in Mexico, do as the locals do regarding flush or toss. That's the issue though, because it's like split half and half. Half say you should always flush and half say never flush.
So we look for a couple things on this, just in case you're like, oh my gosh, what do you do? How do you know? Sometimes in public places or restaurants or whatever, they'll have a sign that literally says, put the toilet paper in the wastebasket. And other times you can kind of notice by whether there is a very conveniently placed trash can next to the toilet. In that case,
I feel like the trash can is less of an indication though,
Some-
because I
it can be
think
sometimes.
I think people it's so ingrained in the culture for some people that they always throw it away, even if they could flush it there. But basically, more modern construction, I would probably flush, but try to do a limited amount at first. Flush at your own risk. In our place here, we flush, but only a limited amount.
yeah. Schmoops Adventures says, "We love your hair, Maddie. Thank you."
Doug
Appreciate
says,
that.
"Wipe and flush. Wipe, don't click."
Why don't click? Don't click, Jordan. Chris says, "I'm a flusher in the U.S. and a thrower in Peru." That's actually, I didn't feel. Well, we stayed in Miraflores when we were there, and it seemed like everywhere was flush, or maybe we were messing that up there. Like, I don't know.
Okay, we have a Vegas question here. We haven't had any Vegas questions, or at least answered any today. Jed says, preference, Caesars Resorts or MGM Resorts? So, I think MGM has some nicer properties than Caesars Resorts has. However, we usually stay at Caesars over MGM's because they're a lot more generous to us with comps.
And did you say resort fees yet?
Oh, and no resort fees. Since we're Caesar's Diamond, we never pay resort fees. So we definitely lean towards Caesars just because of the benefits we get there.
Did you get Susanna?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What's next on the list?
Yeah, let's go to the next one on the list. Oh, this is another one from Guadalajara. Why don't you do it?
Okay, so this was our first video that ever blew up. It was blowing up for us at that time. And by blowing up, that video got 50,000 views in a few days. So that was huge for our channel then, many magnitudes higher than most videos. Or actually, I think you could say one magnitude higher, if you're getting technical. But we titled the video like visiting an upscale Mexican movie theater.
Why did we title it that? Because if you go on Google Maps and you search this theater, it says below the theater name, upscale Mexican movie theater.
And this made people so mad because they're like, that is not an upscale theater. That is just a normal theater. Every theater in Mexico is just like this.
And as it turns out, they were right, but I stand by that. Google Maps told us, and we put it in the title. It said upscale, and it was nice. It was a nice movie theater. But yeah, people did not like that because I mean, it's like, we got comments like, what do you think Mexico is? Rolling tumbleweeds and cowboys? And we don't have any movie theaters? Or yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, I still stand by that. And it's nice. We haven't been to a movie theater in a while.
Yeah, well, we're not going right now.
Not going any at this time, that's for sure.
But our channel almost turned into like going to a movie theater channel, because then we went to this VIP theater to experience a real upscale movie theater, and then people were like, oh, you need to go to this 4DX one, oh, you need to do this one.
There's so many options of types of theaters in Mexico. We had no
Yeah.
idea. I remember when we did that VIP movie theater one, I was thinking, or kind of like saying it out loud because I didn't know. I'm like, VIP movie theater? VIP? Like pronouncing the letters in Spanish. We got so many comments like, it's just VIP, like you say it in English. Like really sort of like snooty comments saying that, and it was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't picture the comments as snooty though.
Some of them were.
I was just like, okay,
To me,
that's how it is.
But it was like, how on earth would you know that? This one random thing, you pronounce that in English, VIP, you say that in Spanish, you say VIP, why? Like, but we were supposed to know that. I don't know.
So we have over 900 people on the stream right now. Unfortunately, our last two got up just shy of 1,500. I think it was because of the technical difficulties. Everyone who set a reminder is now thinking the stream is done. So.
But thank you guys for joining
Yes.
us. Thank you for overcoming those hanging around and waiting for us to start this new one. That was not how we wanted it to go today, but these things happen.
And then I'll know better for next time and make sure my internet is working up to snuff before starting it.
Yes. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Where did you guys use your Caesars $100 dinner for being diamond? you know, you get 2 free show tickets too, right?
Yeah, you get 2 free show tickets every single month. On most trips, though, honestly, we usually don't use them. But we've only used our dinner at the Bacchanal buffet at Caesar's Palace.
And it was good. I think it was worth it. We wanted to go to, what was that restaurant called that was at Cromwell overlooking the strip?
Yeah.
Giada. We were going to do that. I forget what happened with that, why we didn't.
We just decided to do Bacchanal instead. But yeah, you can get a table there overlooking the Bellagio fountains from across the street. We got a super chat from MJC. Thank you very much. It says, stay safe and don't die from boredom. Yeah. How are you guys doing on the boredom front?
Yeah.
I hope this is helping a little bit. Maybe we're a little bit entertaining. Or just a break from doing other things. But at first we were fine. But now it's just like, I don't want to watch any more TV. Sometimes I don't want to read any more books. I don't want to do any more work. I just...
Oh my gosh, check out Alaska. She just flipped over.
She's bored.
We call this pineapple upside down dog. And she just lays on her back. She'll do this in front of the door. Alaska.
Hi.
Alaska, you're such a goofball. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This one came about when we were in Ajijic. We had these cowboy hats, these straw hats that we got from a nearby town for 35 pesos each.
Which is less than $2.
Yeah, about $2. And we wore these hats until they were like dunzo.
They were so, like, we looked like fools in them, or like we looked a little weird in them, but they were really good for keeping out the sun.
Yeah, and we need to do that more. Like, I'm really bad about protecting myself from the sun, but I'm trying to be better. That's why I got shirts like this, where it covers up my whole chest, and then that way I don't get sunburned.
Thank you, Raul, for the super chat. $9.99 super chat. Travis says Alaska is precious. I agree.
I saw Gina says we call that doing an otter. That's funny. I can see, like, because otters will like sit like that in the water. That's cute. Yeah, we go with pineapple upside down dog, and I don't even know. That makes no sense. Like, it's pineapple upside down cake is where I got that, but I just, it makes 0 sense, but I've been calling it that ever since I've known Alaska. But
we got one moment. We got a super chat from Alejandro. He says, I just started a new job as an interpreter for insurance adjusters in the U.S. Any tip to how to improve my English? I'm afraid to mess it up really bad. So I believe you were living in Monterrey. So did you move to the U.S., first of all? And second of all, tips to improve English. Well, I mean, we're still working on improving our Spanish, but we like to watch certain Spanish-speaking YouTubers and Netflix, especially. Netflix is great because the subtitles are always, or the captions are always perfect. So if you have it in English with English captions, that will help hear the pronunciation.
Everyone wants us to kiss right now. Okay.
Why?
So many people saying that. There you go. We don't actually. People ask that all the time, like why we don't have PDA in the videos or anything, or like, don't you guys ever hold hands? Yes, we hold hands going everywhere actually, and I just, like, our families watch these and stuff. I just don't feel like we need to do that on camera, like to show off that side of things, I guess. It just doesn't seem necessary, and it doesn't always, like, I don't know, because we consciously think about what we're recording and what we include in the videos. So it just seems like that would be show-offy, or like we're trying to convince people of our relationship, and we don't really need to do that. So
but to finish answering your question, Alejandro, we had that fear coming to Mexico, that fear of screwing up, and it just took some time doing it and trying to get past that fear of messing up, and then just more and more practice.
And it took a little bit, but I mean, you just have to power through it. It's uncomfortable. I did not like it. I still don't like it when you get in these, like, situations where you can't think of what you need to say or not understanding the person, but you cannot get better if you don't power through those. So
Thank you for the super chat, Randy. He said, love the channel, helps get me through my workouts. That's a first. I don't think I've heard that before, that people watch our videos to get through a
Workouts.
workout.
Oh, very cool. But we started this one about Ahihik with these hats. The next thing that
sorry.
pissed people off.
That's my fault.
We'll just so we had these hats, these straw hats in Ahihik that we bought for 35 pesos. And there was just something weird that happened every time we put them on. We had the urge to talk in like a southern western type accent.
So I'm putting a hat on you right now.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? We're just sitting here on our couch doing this live video, and Laska's over there taking a nap, and I don't know what else to say like this, but we would do these accents, something like this, a little bit of variations here and there, or we would talk in a British accent, something like this,
yes.
very refined.
Things
But
that
usually-
have pissed people off is talking in accents.
And you don't have to be wearing a hat, though, to talk in a British accent. Usually you're cooking. That's when it comes out.
Or you're drinking tea.
Or you're drinking some tea, a little spot
So,
of tea.
a little spot of tea
Oh,
right here.
Did you just spill a spot of tea on you, Jordan? So anyway,
I hope not.
we would do these accents, again, as a joke, and for some reason you put on a cowboy hat, you gotta like talk in this like southern western accent or something like that. But people were like, stop doing these accents. It is so offensive. And what I want to know though is like, do you have that accent and you think it's offensive? Or do other people have that accent and you think that those people would be offended? Kind of thing. But again, it was just always a joke, and we never poked fun at people in particular. We just said things in those crappy versions of those accents, our best renditions of those, which were probably not very good.
But yeah, accents. Those can make some people upset.
Joe Serrano says, LOL, Southern accent, the British accent. I'm not very good at accents though, beyond that. I think those are my go-to. Like an Australian accent, that Jordan, you clicked again?
I clicked on purpose.
Okay. Can't do an Australian or like New Zealand or Irish. Your British a lot of time turns into like an Irish accent.
You'll think so.
Just keep talking and eventually it will.
Okay, Jesse, thank you for the super sticker. I don't know what accent I'm doing. Did it just turn Irish?
There you go. See?
Okay.
It kind of does. You start talking a little bit. I don't even know. That was like Indian or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, we're going to make people mad again.
Edward?
Jesse, thank you for the super sticker.
Edward says, one of the reasons I like you two is that you have fun and are playful. Chill, people.
Oregon Hop, please say hi, Diana Hensley. She had a bad day. Hi, Diana Hensley. Hope your day gets better.
Shawn says, hi, I love your funky style. How did you meet? How did we meet?
We met through a dating app. My main picture, I had Alaska on my shoulders. And then she messaged me, and then the rest is history.
The rest is history, yeah. That was like my first time using online dating, and I was finishing up college, and the thing was, I didn't really have time to go out and meet people because I was trying to finish and like graduate, so didn't want to waste time or be out and going to bars or whatever, so I got on there, and he was only the second person I ever messaged, the second person I met up with, but the first person I reached out to you, because I was like, oh my gosh, this picture is just so sassy. He has this dog and it looks so chill up on his shoulders, so...
She was chill up on my shoulders.
She was, and that's rare for her to be chill. Except for right now, she's being very chill right now.
Okay. Leroy, thank you for the super chat. A $9.99 super chat.
Oh, you're stealing Say Hi to Matthew's thing.
I am?
Oh, well, in Say Hi to Matthew, I don't know if you're still there, Matthew. Well, he gets a super chat, or something like that. He does like a fun voice.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe I was trying to be a little bit more animated after watching his live video last night.
Jorge says, good prop, dogs are chick magnets. Yep, got me.
It's true.
Travis says, goes to show dating apps work. Yep. And Terry says, I met my husband on Facebook. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never heard of someone meeting on Facebook. Instagram, I hear of a lot. And people, they say like, oh, such and such slid into my DMs First of all, I hate that phrase. It just bothers me for
I hate
some
it too.
unknown
Can't you just say I message them?
Yeah, like slid into my DMs. But I've heard of so many people meeting that way, and I'm like, I've literally never messaged a person that I didn't know on Instagram. I don't. It never occurred to me ever in my life. Let's see.
What's going on in these comments? Because
Oregon says, oh, sorry.
I saw one. Okay, it was just deleted by Gerardo.
Okay.
Thank you, our moderators who are keeping the comments
Spam
clean.
out of the comments.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we had a major problem with this on our last live stream. By the end of it, there were a bunch of like these sex bots on here, and
Don't even say it, because maybe that calls them or something.
and some of them were like really good at pretending to be real, because I think they were bots that were taking other people's comments
And
and
just
rewording them a
copy-pasting
little bit
them.
or copy
Yeah.
and pasting them.
To where it seemed like they would have had to have watched our videos in order to make a comment like that, but really
Uh-huh.
they were just stealing other people's. So anyway, the point of this is thank you to the people that are moderating the chat, because it's very hard for us to see all of these come through. Oregon Hop says, Diana says, thank you. She works at the hospital and started not feeling well today. So sorry to hear that. Hope she is okay. Zach Attack says, would you recommend raising a family in Mexico, a child? I mean, why not? We don't really have a perspective on this. Like, we don't have a family or a child. The closest we have is Alaska.
Alaska, say hi.
She just got up to do a little scroochy scratch.
All right, we got a couple super chats here. Raymond Bear. Oh, let me turn this back around. You don't need to see our door.
Yeah. Doring.
Raymond Berry, $10 super chat. Thank you, moderators.
Yes, thank you guys. And seriously, these are people who we have never asked before to help, really. We've just given them the moderator capability, and then they've stepped up to do that. So it's honestly really thank you to these moderators.
And a super chat from Joe Serrano.
Serrano.
Maddie loved your southern accent. I wonder if Jordan or you could do a Yucateco or Norteño, Northern Mexico accent.
That's a
Wink face.
great question, and the answer is I can't even, like, we're still learning Spanish, of course, and we're getting better every day, but so often I can't tell the difference between any type of Spanish from anywhere. I could tell the difference in the accent if they were speaking in English, like, which probably makes a lot of sense.
I don't think we can do it yet, though.
The only accent that I could maybe do is Mexico City, because I feel like that one's really pronounced and really different, and they basically just add way at the end.
And I don't even know if I would be able to do the accent. Just use some of the words
Yeah,
they
no
use.
manches way.
No
Like
manches, carnal.
Carnal. Yeah, probably offensive though. That's why I don't feel like
We're on that level yet.
we're on that level yet, and it probably would end up just not being funny and just being offensive 100%. So,
Jet Set Jess says, just join your live stream because it was featured on YouTube and you guys are travel vloggers. In 30 seconds, can you tell me what your travel vlogs are about? Yes, absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We're from the U.S. About 2 years ago, we started driving through Mexico, and now we've lived in Mexico ever since. And we make videos about our travels in Mexico. We like to go to Vegas. We also went to Peru and Spain this year.
and we're called Tangerine Travels because we drive around Mexico in a tangerine-colored Prius C, and that's what all of our belongings fit into that, and so that we're just traveling around, place to place to place.
But right now we're in self-initiated isolation just for the virus situation. So we're doing more live streams. Thank you for joining. If anyone else is new here, please subscribe to our channel and go check out some of our videos after we're done here.
Yeah, and hope you like it. Eric Romero says, have you ever heard of the YouTuber El Coreano? You should collab with him. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, I think his channel is Coreano Vlogs.
We've seen his videos.
Yeah, we've seen some of his videos.
And they're
Yeah,
pretty
cool.
entertaining. I'm always like nervous though to ever consider doing a collab with a Spanish speaking channel that we wouldn't be able to keep up with them, because you watch their videos and they do talk like really fast, like we talk really fast in English. So that would be my, like, I'd just be scared and then I'd fluster myself, but I aspire to be at the level of Spanish where I don't have to worry about that. Like, we're working really hard to get there. Hopefully we do. Terry says, my husband says way a lot. He's from Oaxaca. Oh, so it's a Oaxaca thing too? You know something about Oaxaca that I noticed? We very rarely, like we were saying, very rarely can tell the difference in how people talk from region to region. But in Oaxaca, they sound to me like the Canadian accent of Spanish. Does that make sense? Like, you know how Canadians, they'll
Like,
they'll add A. Actually, I remember specifically
yeah,
people
exactly.
added A to the end. Like, ¿están listos para ordenar? Like, are you ready to order? Eh? At the end. So they always said A. So I don't know if that's a like totally Oaxaca thing or if we just happen to run into people who talk like that. But I'm like, oh, yes, we noticed a nuance. How cool. Marvin says, you should visit Copper Canyon in Chihuahua, Mexico when this contingency is over. I would love that. We've heard so many good things about it. And like the train, is it El Chepe?
El Chepe?
El Chepe,
Yep.
the train. I really want to do that. HGN California says, I'm from a very small town in Mexico called
Anchihuahuacuaro?
Oh my gosh. Anchihuahuacuaro.
Anchihuahuacuaro.
I
I can say I've never
failed
heard of that town.
Yeah, I can say I've never heard of it, and I've never been able to speak it out loud very well.
Did we finish the list?
No.
Maybe we should get back to that.
Let's see. Next thing. The next thing we did that pissed people off unexpectedly was eating. Well, actually, this happens. It's kind of recurring. Eating anything but Mexican food while in Mexico. So a great example of this is that people will say something along the lines of, hamburgers are too American to be eaten in Mexico. Like that's too American. You should never be eating hamburgers here.
So any time in a video where we eat food that isn't Mexican food, we're almost guaranteed to get at least one comment that's saying, why go to Mexico and not eat Mexican food? Look, we live here. We
Yeah.
eat Mexican food a lot.
Like
But that's
probably
like-
95% of the time it's Mexican food.
I feel like that's the equivalent of someone in the U.S. telling someone living in the U.S. that you're living in the U.S., why would you eat tacos?
Yeah, don't eat tacos.
That's
Don't
a
eat a
Mexican
burrito.
food.
How could you? Chilaquiles? What are you, in Mexico? No, this is U.S. We would never say that. You would never say that to someone, right? But then we go to Oaxaca, you had pancakes, and people were like, or waffles or something. Why would you eat pancakes for a Mexican?
In Oaxaca.
In Oaxaca. It was like, I mean, but this happens so frequently. It seems to really like. It seems to be like people take it as a personal slight against them. And how could you?
I need
eat
to switch
something-
positions.
Something that's not
Okay.
Mexican food. What do you guys think about that? Should we never eat anything? Like no Thai food, no Chinese food, no like.
I think that's ridiculous. I'll eat whatever food I want to eat.
Yeah. Clayton says, I had one of the best burgers ever in Tijuana. I mean, and I think that's something too. There can be a Mexican take or like Mexican version of hamburgers. So, like ruling out a whole food seems so silly to me.
Speaking of Tijuana, excuse me, I just burped.
How do you really feel about it, Jordan?
Speaking of Tijuana, my friend who lives in Phoenix just told us about this thing there that's called slip and fly, but people call it slip and die. But it's this really steep water slide where you go down head first, and then there's a ramp at the end. But you go down head first because if you go down feet first, then you end up in the water head first, or like on your back or on your stomach or something. But if you go head first, then you fly up and land in your feet. I really want to do that. It looks super scary, but awesome.
I can't believe you're sitting here saying you really want to do it and you're afraid of heights, but that's like,
I'm afraid of heights, but I'm not afraid of water. I'm way less afraid of heights when it's over water.
I think I would even be afraid of that. I'm not afraid of heights, and I jump off of, like, I don't even know. It seems scary and super dangerous. Slip and die is what they nickname it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Quite a few comments in here saying, eat whatever you want, eat what you want, drink what you want, wear what you want, exactly, eat whatever you want. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to continue doing. I mean, unless it was like dangerous what we're eating, if people are telling us don't eat that, you could get food poisoning or something, like we would heed that advice, but not really when it comes to just straight up bossing us around, telling us what to eat.
We got a super chat here from Daniel. What were your jobs before you became YouTubers? Will Jordan be doing a video on investing as you mentioned in the poll? Thanks for your great content. So what were our jobs before becoming YouTubers? I had an online retail business selling a wide variety of things. I didn't like this. It was just a way to make money, but selling vinyl records, selling iPads, things like that. Well, I say things like that, they're totally different.
Well, you did, some of it was electronics that you were selling, like buying and reselling, and then a lot of it was the vinyl records. But yeah, you weren't happy with that. I wasn't happy with my job either. It was, neither of us were very happy with a lot of elements of our life. That was one of them. I worked as a content strategist at a startup accelerator, so I was working.
Those are just words.
I know. I'm gonna explain. That whole industry is like a bunch of buzzwordy bullshit. If you ask me, I mean nobody asked me, but I'm telling you anyway. But so basically, I would work with startup businesses to help them hone in on their brand voice, like how they wanted to communicate with their audience and in what ways and in what context, like via the text on their app or blog posts or social media. So I did a whole lot like that and helping brands have a concise voice and appeal to the audience that they wanted to. So it was, I enjoyed the job, like I enjoyed some aspects of the job, but there was just so much. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, we don't need to get into it.
That's what we did.
But to answer the second part of your question, will Jordan be doing a video on investing like you asked in a poll? And not on our Tangerine Travels channel for sure. If I ever did, it would be on a separate channel, and it couldn't just be one video. It would have to be a series of many videos, because one video just couldn't, it wouldn't be sufficient.
Mm-hmm. And thank you to Randy, who says there's a pizza place 2 blocks away in Ensenada. That's another thing, pizza. Like that's actually, I feel like that's when people would be like, don't eat American food and then say pizza. If pizza fell into that category, is pizza even American food, or is it more based in Italian or something?
Pizza's so common here in Mexico. Will you hold this?
Yeah.
Thanks.
But anyway, that whole concept is just funny and ridiculous, but it continues to piss people off.
I'll do the next one.
Periodically. What's the next one?
Absolutely everything we did in Peru.
Yeah, the next one is, and we've seen a couple of people comment on this to this point, like, what about your Peru videos? Wasn't there some stuff that pissed people off there? Yes, there was. Everything. Basically everything that we did there, whether it was eating certain types of food or going to certain places. The comments that we get on our Mexico videos, people are more inclined to say like, oh, if you like this, I recommend trying this, or I noticed that you went to this restaurant, but if you're looking for whatever, enchiladas, then I recommend going to this one. Or it's always, the comments are so much more often helpful and encouraging and just trying to guide us along our way in these Mexican adventures that we're having, whereas in Peru, it seemed like everything that we did pissed people off, because whatever it was the wrong thing. And we were just doing the exact same thing that we always do in Mexico, trying restaurants, trying to explore the culture, trying to learn more about Peru and the history and the people and everything. But on those videos, we got some of the meanest and worst comments on the history of our channel. So I don't really know what happened there, except the fact that we did make comparisons between the culture and the food and everything in Mexico and compared that to Peru, because that's of course where we've been living for the past 2 years. So it makes sense to make comparisons just for a frame of reference, or like, oh, this is interesting because whatever, maybe ceviche is like this in Mexico, but in Peru the ceviche is completely different. We said that we loved the ceviche way more in Peru, but that didn't matter. The fact that we even had Mexico in the same sentence was a huge slight. So we really enjoyed Peru and many aspects about it, but based on the comments that we've gotten, it makes me never want to go back there again, because it feels like people were saying all these things behind our back, maybe, even though they were all nice to us in person. Does that make sense? Thoughts?
Yeah, Peruvians seem to be very vocal online.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts. Did you get to Gerald's super chat?
Nope.
Gerald, thank you for the super chat. $19.99. That's awesome. He says, love your videos. Really enjoy watching all the different dishes. They make me hungry. And we miss going out to eat. We've been eating at home every day, and we miss that. And a huge super chat from Brandy. Followed you since the start of your travels. Thank you. 50% Filipino, 25% Mexican, 25% Apache. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Wow, that's super generous.
Thank you. While you're going through that, I'm looking in the comments here, and really appreciate all of the nice comments, and thank you again to the moderators for helping us out with the people who want to leave stuff that's just people.
And Diego, thank you for the super chat. He says, will you ever include nightlife of Mexico? So up until now, there's been a couple reasons we haven't really done nightlife stuff. One is that we're usually going to bed before nightlife stuff happens. And number two, our camera does very poorly in low light. And plus there's copyrighted music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think that's like, the copyrighted music is one of the biggest deterrents for me, besides it being late, and I just like don't like staying up late anymore. I used to, but I like going to bed at like 10. 10:30 is late. 11 is really late.
but I mean, it would have been a bad video though, because it would be really low quality because, like I said, our camera doesn't do well in low light. And then we would have to put our own music and voiceover over it, or break it up somehow where we didn't have the music that was playing in the video.
Yeah.
So
then it would end up being like kind of a night montage or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe you guys have some insight for us, because as far as we know, like having loud copywritten music in the background would get us potentially get us a copyright strike, or at the very least, the person who owns the copyright will just take all the ad revenue that we would potentially get from that video. So then it makes it totally not worth it for us to spend all of our time, basically work for free for the copyright holder of the song, and then get nothing out of it.
But to answer your question, will you ever do that? Well, now there's been a change. We got a new camera that does awesome in low light. So now it's a possibility.
But maybe not for like nightclubs. And also, I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like I lose my hearing, like I'm going deaf by the end of a night in a nightclub, unless you're wearing earplugs. And I've just so many bad experiences have happened to me in going to nightclubs and stuff. Like when we went to Vegas, we went to one, and my phone was stolen, and just, like I said, not a night person, so that's kind of where I'm at on that. Edward says, I enjoyed your Peru videos, but only regretted that you weren't well because of altitude sickness. That was really tough in Cusco. But other than that, I mean, I really liked Cusco. It reminded me a lot of some mountain towns in Mexico, like, oh, excuse me, sorry, there I go again, making comparisons to Mexico. But like Mazamitla, or just, other mountain towns, or even Guanajuato a little bit, in the way that the city was shaped. But
there's a lot of things I loved about Peru, and oh my gosh, the food is so good.
So good. Noelle says, I still don't understand why Central and South Americans have such rivalry with Mexico. I don't know either.
I feel like they have rivalry with every other Latin American country.
And actually probably any country if it has to do with food, because it seems like of everything, Peruvians are extremely protective of their food, and of the fact that they very much think that their food is the best food in the entire world. And
even within Mexico, there's big debates, and like it's a hot button topic for people who live in various parts of the country. Our food's the best. No, Southern Mexico's food's the best. Things like that. Randy, thank you for the super chat. He says 99% of the time you unexpectedly cheer me up.
Aww,
that's awesome.
Yay. David says, hi Maddie and Jordan, you have the best Vegas videos. Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you to say.
We just put one out yesterday. Not many people have watched it. But yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out.
If you're interested in a Vegas video, or even if you aren't interested in a Vegas video, maybe you can just watch it anyway, which would help us out, because our views are down like crazy because of coronavirus.
That's another thing that unexpectedly pissed people off. We had a disclaimer at the beginning of that it was filmed a little while back, and we got quite a few comments on that video saying I'm unsubscribing because why are you in Vegas right now? You should be at home.
Yeah, I thought it was.
We aren't in Vegas.
Yeah, we would not. It's completely closed. The strip is completely closed. Nothing is open. No casinos, no hotels, no restaurants. Like Nevada is cracked down like crazy. Well, cracked down. I say like it's probably not the right word, but they've closed basically everything in the state, the whole state, not just the strip.
Ella, thank you for the super chat. Said glad you guys are safe there, and hope you all are staying safe as well.
Should we go on to the next one?
Sure.
I think we actually have more.
Or there was something we said we were going to talk about. Someone asked in a live chat comment before our video started, like asking about the current state of everything
okay.
in Mexico, and we said we'd cover that during the live chat.
So, do you want to go ahead? Like,
What was the question?
It was something to the effect of what is it like in Mexico with coronavirus? They were saying they live in California and it's pretty much on lockdown there. So,
Yeah, so here some businesses
Excuse
have
me.
closed, especially restaurants, but there seem to be fewer people out. There aren't any official restrictions in place that I know of, but there's a strong push from the people to engage in social distancing and things like that. And
for a good portion of the people, but not everyone, I think. And some people, almost out of necessity for getting money and feeding their family, they're not taking it seriously, but more so because they just don't have another option. I can't say that I agree with that approach, but it's one of those, like, you're between a rock and a hard place. What do you do if you can't feed your family and stuff?
yeah, I mean, if you can't feed your family, I think you have to go
Do something.
go do something to feed your family, even if you're risking getting sick. But it frustrates me a little bit here in Puerto Morelos. Like, it's a fishing village that we live in, and now I just saw something saying the fishermen are out of work. But I'm like, in a town that's struggling to feed the people, if you have a job that is literally to catch food, you should probably continue doing that job. Even if you can't sell it to the restaurants, you can't sell it for as much.
But it's not like the ocean is charging you money to, like, you're not having to pay a farmer or anything like that. So, yeah, it seems a little bit interesting.
Meg asked how many cases in Quintana Roo.
As of yesterday, was Saturday, right? Yeah, as of yesterday, I watched a video by Local Nomads, another channel that's been putting out great vlogs. They live in Mexico in Merida, and they've been putting out a daily quarantine vlog with, like, news and fun stuff that's happening online. Another one to check out and subscribe to, but in their video they said it is 56, there are 56 reported cases in Quintana Roo, the state that we're in right now. But with that said, you've been tracking the numbers in the US, and
So, yeah, can I dive into this?
Go for it.
Okay, so no one's getting tested here. There's almost no testing, and compared to the U.S., there's over 100 tests done in the U.S. for every one done in Mexico. Of course, the U.S. has a bigger population, so you have to adjust for population size. And after adjusting for population, there's 42 tests done in the U.S. for every one test in Mexico. So in order to get the real number, I think you have to at least multiply it by 42. Multiply the official number by 42.
Which is something like, the more accurate number would probably be 2,100 people who would have tested positive. With that, though, the tests take about a week or so to come back, so that number is a week old.
No, even more than that, though,
More than a week?
because people go a week without showing symptoms.
So then more like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So that number, when we use that math, we have like 2,100 cases 2 weeks ago in Quintana Roo. So then you would have to move that data forward 2 weeks in order to find the real number today.
Yeah, and we've been hearing reports from someone personally, a longtime friend of our channel, who said that the tests are so expensive. Went for a checkup, they refused to give her a test.
They're like, we're pretty sure you have it.
Yeah, she was presenting all the symptoms and everything.
It's 1,000 pesos for this visit. It's something like 9,000 pesos for the test. And she's like, what? I thought the tests were free. And she's like, the doctor, or the person was like, the tests are free, but these are the fees for administering the test and the
Processing it, whatever,
yeah, the supplies
getting
and
the results
processing it.
for it. So, say it's 8,000. Well, I thought it was 8,500 pesos.
Whatever, it was a lot
But
of
in any
money.
case, let's call it $400 US. That is expensive AF. Like for the average per American or Canadian. But can you imagine? There's no way people in Mexico, the average Mexican family who right now is having trouble putting food on the table, no way they could shell out that kind of money. So
Like it's $8,000 for a test to put this in, or 8,000 pesos for a test to put this in perspective. Their rent might be 2,500 pesos.
So just with knowing those numbers, keep those things in mind, that the tests are not widely available. They're not actually giving people tests who are asking for them. They're so expensive that basically no one can afford to do them, and they're about 2 weeks old because of that window before you present symptoms, and by the time they've done the test and gotten the results back. So
And she had, like, if she was going to get a test, they have to send the test to Guadalajara and then send the results back, and that was from Puerto Vallarta. But yeah, so how are things here? I mean, there's plenty of availability in the grocery stores for food and stuff, but our town runs a lot on tourism, so many of the people in town are out of work. So there's some local charities that are working very hard to try to get food to people, because as long as we can keep people fed, I think things will stay okay here. Like, obviously it's not great if you don't have a job, but as long as you're able to eat, I don't think we'll see looting and things like that. So they're working really hard. It's called the Mexican Compassion Project. We've donated to them ourselves because they're doing so much good work to get food to the people who are out of work.
yeah, feed as many families as they possibly can with the most food that they can possibly give them. So we felt like we wanted to give back a little in that way, and they're doing an amazing job. So that's really cool to see. Bill asks, have they banned alcohol there yet? We've heard about alcohol restrictions and bans going in other states, but Quintana Roo has not.
I heard it just happened in Isla Mujeres.
Oh,
which
okay,
is very
so
close
not
to
the whole
us.
state. So it might be, as of right now, a city by city thing.
In Puerto Morelos, I don't think they have banned it here yet. Jesse asked, do you have a link to the Mexican Compassion Project? Maybe we can post a link in the comment section of this video. But if you search on Facebook for Mexican Compassion Project, you'll find it.
Yeah, even when you search Google Mexican Compassion Project, it's the first thing that comes up. So, yeah. Maybe we should get back onto a little lighter topic after that, like,
yeah.
serious stint. How about one about Vegas? Did we already do that one?
What's one about Vegas? Oh, yes, we have not done this one. We sort of mentioned it briefly because people were mad that we were in Vegas, but I think that was for the coronavirus situation.
Yeah, more so because they thought that we were there risking that, yeah.
But unexpected things that have pissed people off. Every time we release a video about Vegas, there's just a certain subset of people that hate it so much that
With
they're
a
like,
fiery passion.
that I'm unsubscribing right now. I hate Vegas. It's the worst city in the world.
Or they just go off in the comments. Like, they feel compelled to say, Vegas is the worst city ever. I hate Vegas so much. And then by way of us being there, that hatred just sort of spills over into being directed at us.
And I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
No, yeah, totally.
But our channel is a reflection of our lives, what we enjoy doing, just what we enjoy eating, what we enjoy saying, what we enjoy petting.
Oh, she's in this pose I call foxball. She's got her tail all wrapped up in there, and she's all like his little ball. Look how cute she is. That's good. That's so cute. Oh.
But yeah, just going to Vegas.
Just going to Vegas. It pisses people off like crazy, and then we get these like super wise ass comments. Like we'll go.
We had a video, what not to do in Las Vegas, and we got, I don't know,
45,000
I was going to say
comments.
70, but 45,000 might be more accurate.
Yeah.
Saying, what not to do in Vegas.
Go there. Okay, so unique, so original. Joe says, Laska snoozing like a baby.
Yeah.
She is.
She wanted to play in our first live video that we did 2 Sundays ago. Our first live video on YouTube, that is. But these last 2 weeks, she hasn't wanted to play.
Here's one. Jorge says, oh, I lost it already. Oh, it's gone. That would be opening up. Oh, here we go. Jorge says, less videos of Maddie in a bikini. That pisses me off. I'm going to refer you back to we're going to eat what we want, wear what we want, do what we want. I don't know why me being in a bathing suit when we're going to the beach or to a cenote or to somewhere like that pisses people off.
But he's saying fewer videos of you in a bikini would piss him off.
Really?
So he wants
Is that
more.
what you're saying? You want... In that case, we're just going to cut that off right there. Cut that out if you wouldn't mind.
Thomas, thank you for the super chat. The comment is, I love your videos. They encourage me to visit Mexico. Here's a little something to help you out during the lockdown. That is very much appreciated. Thank you, Thomas. And that's cool that the videos convince you to visit Mexico, because there are so many awesome places in Mexico that we cannot wait to get back to.
Yes.
And go visit
That's
again.
very awesome.
And Ella, thank you for the super chat. She says, love you guys and your travel vlogs. Thank you.
Joe Jumanji says, this cute couple reminds me of the Tiger King Netflix show. Same exciting stories. I have only heard and seen memes about that show.
We haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it, and I almost like the memes. I like memes a lot. I'm very obsessed with them to like probably an unhealthy degree, but it's something that keeps me happy and like just if I'm ever feeling stressed or something, just go on Instagram.
The Alaska King.
The Alaska King. But I've seen the memes about that show.
Shawn says, watch it. Meg says, don't do it.
I don't know. Like it's become so popular that I almost don't want to because of that for some reason. I don't know.
Tiger King is a must, someone says. Vanessa says, time for sleep. It's 5:45 a.m.
Are you dyslexic? That says 4:45.
I mean, 4:45 a.m. Where are you at that it's 4:45? Like Beijing?
Oh, she said. I think she said earlier, but I forget. Queensland? Is that right?
Australia?
Shawn says, Maddie, would you give Jordan a haircut live on your next, live on YouTube next Sunday? We gave you guys a list or some options of what you wanted to see for this live video. We put it in a community post. And this, what we're doing right now, won by a landslide. It was like over 60%. Jordan getting a haircut, me giving Jordan a haircut live was second. I still really want to do it because I think it would be entertaining and
I feel like I have a good video title for it.
You need a haircut. It's so long.
You guys, I worked so long on my hair before this to try to get it to something that looks somewhat decent, and this is what I came up with. I know it's still not good, but that's what I have.
It's the best way to keep that mane under control.
It took a lot of work.
Mitch says, Maddie, today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Mitch.
Happy
birthday.
Two travelers in Mexico. One of our new channel members says, Paulette wants to know how old you youngsters are. Well, she is 10.
Even though everyone thinks she's a peppy.
And she is 28.
28 for you Spanish speakers.
And this guy is 32, I think. I'm losing track of my age these days.
Yeah. I've said the wrong age. Before I turned 28, I was saying I was 28. I don't know. I guess I just felt this age before.
Well, I mean,
it happened.
if you're close enough to round up, I think that's fine. You spend 9 months in the wound. In the wound.
In the wound.
In the womb, anyway.
Jesse says, Jordan, let her do it. Shawn says, haircut. I mean, wouldn't that be, I don't know, maybe I'm just building it up in my head like it would be a more fun thing than it actually is. I don't know. I'm sorry, I just lost.
Hiri Bar is here, and he gave us a super chat. So, if you don't know Hiri Bar's channel, he used to be making videos in Mexico, and he still occasionally does. Go check him out. Right now, he's in New York City, which is sadly like the new Wuhan. But he's making videos about that and, about the virus, but still about travel and stuff. So go check out Hiri Bar.
And he says, tacos on me. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Tacos, we'll have to be making those tacos at home for now, but maybe we can tuck that into our taco fund for after
Will you hold
after
this for a
quarantine.
second?
No shout out needed. Too bad. Too late. But we did just make you a moderator, so that's our way of giving back, but not really because it's an extra responsibility. Don't do anything with it if you don't want to. Okay, Ruth says, y'all are young, haircut for Jordan. And of course, it'll grow back, you know? Like, what's the worst that could happen?
That you give you a really bad haircut? That you cut my ear off?
That would be bad. And then the other thing is, all we have is kitchen shears, which I think would just add like a dangerous twist. Not dangerous. What word am I thinking of? Like a adventurous twist? Unique? I don't know.
We got a super chat from Jesse Lopez saying, here I gave Maddie the haircut tip. So I think it was maybe a comment about watching YouTube videos. Maybe. I feel like there were a few haircut tips.
Yeah.
But thank you for the tips and thank you for the super chat.
And Alice says, not tacos, pizza! Thank you for the super chat. This is a longtime friend of my mom's and me. She lives in, well, I'm not going to tell you guys where she lives. What am I even saying? Thank you, Alice. we'll have to make pizza at home. I actually do have a gluten-free pizza crust mix, so we can do that. And then we have these sausages, these
They're really good.
garlic sausages that we got from Costco. That's amazing. We'll put some cheese on there. Yum! Or maybe we'll save that for the next time we go back to the U.S. because we like going to this place called Fired Pie, and they have gluten-free crust options, and it's like build your own pizza, and you can put so much stuff. You can put all the toppings that you want on there. It's
Tyrone says, grow it out like a weed plant. You're going to get this video demonetized. Stephanie, I'm a U.S. expat living in Monterrey. Do you have any plans to come up to North Mexico in the future? I mean, there's a lot of places in Mexico that we want to visit, and we'll give any place a try at least once. But I don't know when we're going to make it there, to be honest.
Oh, so Jesse says tipping. Well, no, sorry. Sheila says tipping the stylist, and Jesse says gratuity, if you will. So it's tip for me.
I understand.
Like
Thank you.
she's tipping me from you, right? Like for doing a great, amazing job at cutting your hair, probably.
We got a comment saying, cook lunch with us for the next live stream.
Lunch?
Do you think you guys would enjoy that? Would you enjoy a live stream of us cooking?
I might be too distracted, and I don't think we would have as much. We wouldn't be able to. Well, you could if you were like holding the camera and stuff while I was cooking. Then you could be reading the comments and stuff. But like right now, I'm reading them on my laptop, and you're reading them on your phone, and that's barely how we're able to see some of these because it's a little bit hard to keep up with.
We got a super chat from Diego. He says, any stories of locals helping you out unexpectedly? One of my favorite stories, do you want to talk about repairing the backpack?
Well, sorry, what was the question?
Do you have any stories about locals helping you out unexpectedly? Do you want to tell the story about fixing the backpack?
Sure, this was really cool. We were in San Blas, right? San Blas, Nayarit. And my backpack that I always wear a backpack. Since we've been in Mexico, that's like my purse is I have a backpack. This one that I had, the strap was coming unsewn from the main portion of the backpack. And the backpack was fine other than that, but it was about to not be very functional anymore. So we saw these ladies and they were doing some type of stitching work, and so we were like, oh, maybe we can go up there and like see if we could pay her to fix my backpack because we didn't have anything to mend this. So we went up there and she, without even thinking, just took the backpack immediately, started working on it, and we just hung out there for a little bit and she fixed it, and we were insisting like, here, please, we have to pay you for this. It took her a decent amount of time, probably like 15, 20 minutes.
We
maybe.
just wanted to give her a little tip for helping us out, and she refused, and then she started, like, was like, here, have some soap I'm selling, like, giving us soap. I was like, no, we'll buy the soap, and then we ended up just buying something from her.
Yeah, we were told later by some people that we probably maybe embarrassed her a little bit, like, many Mexicans do things like this just to be kind, like you help your neighbor, and this is a skill that she had and tools that she had that I didn't have, so it was like just doing something to be nice, and then we were insisting on paying her. But it's kind of a difference in culture between the US and Mexico, I think, because I I don't think people really do that kind of thing anymore. They're not going to take time away from their job to help some random person that walks up to them on the street. So we just felt like, oh, we have to pay you for this. Like, we've taken time away from your day, your life. And I think she was just like, just wanted to do it to be nice. So.
But yeah, there's lots of little moments like that in Mexico.
Terry asks, do y'all go to Vegas because of the 180 days on your FMM? No. No, we love going to Vegas. It has nothing to do with residency. Damn near finished getting temporary residency renewed. So, but that's a whole other thing that I don't want to talk about because of the corruption and the evil, that everything.
Are we all done
going
with the
on.
list?
No. Let's move on to the.
Because my phone's dying. Jordan with dreads. Oh gosh.
Well, we have 3 left. We don't actually have to go over these. These are like the least fun, I think.
Okay, yeah. We don't need to finish this list.
The ones that we've given, those have been the fun ones. Because the point of this video, we wanted to share some of the things that, because it's not like we've done these things on purpose to rile people up or get people pissed off, but it ultimately did for some reason, and they were all so random that if you had given us a list of these are the things that you will do over the next year that is going to royally tick people off, I would have laughed. Like, there's no way that's actually going to make people mad or anything, but it has, so.
We Are Awake says, this stream has been fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Again, sorry guys for having technical problems with our first one. I hope all of you who were on the last one made it back onto this one, but I probably not.
Meg
sadly.
says, Maddie can show you beach waves. You can look like a total babe. My hair just does this naturally, actually, and it's, I don't know if you can, let me see here. On the bottom layer, I have extra curly ones. Like, can you see this guy? Extra curly. And then on the top, it's more straight. I don't know why my hair does that, but it's been doing that for a really long time. The top is maybe a little bit wavy, but mostly on the straight side. And then I have these little ringlet curls on the bottom. I don't know why that happens, but it happens much more in the humidity, like where we're living right now.
Got a super sticker from Claudia or Claudia, depending on where you're from. What is that, a little fox holding a heart?
Grape Leaf says, did y'all read my super chat? Did you? I don't know. If we missed it, can you just say, can you like copy your question again?
Here, let me go try to find it. While I'm trying to find that, you can...
Edward says, Mexicans are very compassionate people in general. Wholeheartedly agree. That's one of the things we love most about being in Mexico is just, there is such that attitude of helping loving your neighbor and helping people out and the closeness with family, and people have a lot of love for each other, and it's really nice to be in a culture like that because I think that's sort of like, the U.S. is not trending in that direction anymore. Ramsey Hall says, Maddie making drinks with mezcal. Oh, we're almost out of mezcal, but that'd be cool. We actually have cuties right now, which I think are tangerines, right?
I don't know.
Are cuties the same thing as tangerines?
Like the little oranges?
Little tiny, they're called halos here, or halos. Is the H silent? It says,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that'd make a good drink, like tangerine mezcalini, mezcalito. I don't know what I'm gonna be saying.
So he was asking if we read his super chat, and I just scrolled through all the super chats, and it wasn't on here. So either got deleted somehow, or it was on our last live stream, the one that we had technical difficulties on, something like that. Sorry if we missed it.
Eliza or Elisa says, can you tell me the name of the video in Merida? The channel is Local Nomads. I'm not actually sure which video. I've probably referenced a few of theirs at this point, but it's called Local Nomads. It's Adam and Gabby. So yeah, they've been doing a daily vlog while in quarantine in Merida.
They're a pretty new channel, a couple hundred subscribers.
Pretty new, but I think their videos are high quality, and they've been doing an awesome job of making them entertaining during this time and updating on the news and everything, so I highly recommend it.
A super chat from Clayton, thank you.
Edward asks, do you have a favorite brand of mezcal?
So mezcal brands, it's hard though because they're produced in such small quantities, and there aren't many big brands of mezcal.
I mean, when we're in Oaxaca, every mezcal is my favorite mezcal because they're all so good and unique. They all have different flavors.
What
and
about a
stuff.
specific kind? Like there's Tobala, there's
Tobala.
Madriquiche.
I like Tobala, and I couldn't really actually tell you what exactly it is, but I do know that I tend to prefer that one whenever we try it. But
Well, I just got a notification that my phone is down to 10% battery, so we're gonna lose you guys soon if we don't end this.
oh, and Chris said halos are clementines or mandarins. So, and I think mandarins are tangerines. So that's what the cocktail would be, I would say. Thank you guys all for joining us. We're gonna have to wrap this up before Jordan's phone dies, but hopefully you found this entertaining. I think I certainly did, reliving all these stories. It's funny.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We released a Vegas video yesterday. I know some of you aren't interested in Vegas, but for those of you who are, please go check that out.
And if you're not interested in Vegas, we released another one before that, talking about how we travel with everything that we own and what are the travel necessities and the things that we own in our bags.
And it might sound boring, but we think it's a pretty fun video.
We got some feedback saying that people really liked it. They thought that it was going to be boring, but they enjoyed the video. So maybe you would too if you're looking for something else to watch.
If you're new here and just finding our channel now, consider subscribing and watch some of our other videos.
Oh, and we can't leave without one last thing.
Is it Alaska or
It's
gonging the bell?
It's don't forget after you subscribe to gong that bell.
Hey, you did it!
There's
You
no-
stole my line.
There's no bell to gong, but just picture the bell right here going gong. So you get notified whenever we do live videos or make new videos
And stuff like that.
stuff like that. See you guys next Sunday. Thank you guys for joining. This has been a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, now I just have to figure out how to end the stream. Oh, great. It's just gonna keep running.
Well, this is awkward.
Okay. Do you know how to end maybe this X? Oh, that was